If you've ever felt poorer than everyone you know, you're not crazy, but you are being lied to. Half of them are broke, the other half are broke pretending they're not. And once you see the trick, you'll never look at money the same way again. This is M-Cubed Money Mindset Makeover, the home for millennials and Gen Z who are done playing the financial Hunger Games. We cut through the fake flexing and tell you what actually works in today's broken economy. Stick around because I'm breaking down 12 reasons people look rich when they're not, and how you can stop falling for it and start stacking real wealth. All right, let's rip the filters off and see what's really going on. Reason 12, the invisibility of investment growth. The people with real money, you won't see it on their wrist, you'll see it in their brokerage accounts. The real flex isn't the Gucci bag, it's being debt-free and actually sleeping at night. Wealth grows quietly like yeast in dough. According to Fidelity, investors who started with just $50 a month in an index fund 30 years ago have over $80,000 today. And that's without touching crypto or lottery tickets. Translation: you might be richer than you think, you just don't look it yet. But you know what's easy to see? Shiny cars. Which leads us to Reason 11, the debt avalanche in disguise. The average U.S. auto loan for a new car is $40,851 with a monthly payment of $733, according to Experian. That's a rent payment in some cities. But on Instagram, it's just a new car day post with 5,000 likes. This is how the system traps you, by turning debt into a status symbol. Pro tip, try a no-spend weekend challenge. It's like an escape room, but for your wallet. Now, not all wealth is fake. Sometimes it's just hidden in plain sight. Reason 10, the underestimated side hustle. That coworker who seems average, they might be running a $2.00 a month Etsy shop after hours. Over 39% of Gen Z and 35% of millennials have a side hustle, data according Bankrate. Many are using them not just to survive, but to accelerate debt payoff or invest faster. Side hustles aren't Plan B anymore. They're the cheat codes to Plan A. They're how ordinary people quietly stack extraordinary wealth before anyone even notices. And if you haven't started yours yet, no shame. Start with research, test ideas, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Drop a comment and I'll point you towards some killer options. But some people don't need a side hustle because they already mastered the quiet flex. Reason 9, the silent rich, the loud spenders. According to a 2018 Boston College study, millionaires are less likely to flaunt wealth on social media than the middle class. Why? Because money talks, but real wealth whispers. The truly wealthy are too busy letting their money work in the background while they live life on their own terms. Meanwhile, the loud spender in the designer jacket and leased sports car might be sitting on $25,000 in credit card debt, paying hundreds every month just to keep the illusion alive. Here's the twist. The quiet rich don't need you to know they're rich. The loud spender needs you to believe they are. Speaking of whispers, there's more than one way to get to financial freedom. Reason 8. You feel poor at think others are so rich. The diverse paths to riches. Not everyone got rich the Shark Tank way with a single lightning strike idea. Some climbed the corporate ladder, others built side hustles into empires. Some invested steadily for decades, others took calculated risks that paid off big. The truth? There's no universal blueprint for wealth, but there is a universal math. Keep more than you spend, invest more than you waste, and repeat it for longer than you think you need to. So stop trying to copy someone else's journey. Focus on building your own track record of wins. If you're tired of being broke in a world built for the rich, hit that subscribe and let's flip the script together. But let's not pretend the starting line is the same for everyone. Reason 7. The unequal starting line. Fact: 21% of millennials have received an inheritance, but for Gen Z, it's only 15%, per the Census Bureau. Some people start life on third base. Others start outside the stadium without a ticket. It's not fair, and it never will be. But here's what matters. 88% of millionaires are self-made, according to a Ramsey Solutions study. That means the majority built their wealth from scratch, without silver spoons or six-figure gifts. Your starting point is just the prologue. Your decisions, habits, and hustle decide the ending. Which brings us to the most expensive illusion in America. Reason 6. The keeping up with the Kardashians complex. That $8,000 Bali trip might take 2 years to pay off, Vacation debt is real. 40% of Americans have gone into debt for travel, according to LendingTree. The trip ends in 7 days, but the payments last 730. And while you're still paying, that same trip is already buried in someone else's feed under their next vacation. The cycle never stops, unless you decide you're done playing. And if social media is the fire, here's the gasoline. Reason 5, the comparison catastrophe. Social media isn't reality. It's Photoshop with a Wi-Fi signal. Psychology Today reports that excessive social comparison increases anxiety, depression, and spending. Mute the accounts that make you feel broke. Follow the ones that make you feel empowered. Your worth isn't measured by likes or how fast you hit financial milestones. It's measured by the life you're actually living offline. Because the truth is, half the people you admire are building in the shadows. Reason 4, the facade factory. That influencer with the luxury haul? Half the brands sent those items for free and the rest are on Klarna. Buy now, cry later. Don't copy the aesthetic, copy the strategy. The real win is knowing the difference between looking rich for a moment and being rich for a lifetime. And for every yes in life, there's usually a no you didn't see. Which brings us to reason 3, you feel broke while your friends look rich. The sacrifice shuffle, your friend who's always in Europe? Maybe they live with 3 roommates to afford it. The couple buying a house at 28 might be skipping vacations entirely. Every lifestyle comes with trade-offs. You just don't see them all. The question is, are you willing to make the sacrifices now that your future self will thank you for later? And speaking of trade-offs, sometimes you trade time for money, and it pays off big. Reason 2, the side hustle remix. Yes, we're back to side hustles because they're that powerful. Even an extra $500 a month invested at 8% returns turns into $745,000 in 30 years. That's not side money, that's freedom money. And the sooner you start, the sooner compound interest becomes your silent business partner. And finally, the enemy that's hiding in your wallet right now. Reason 1, the credit card trap. With the average APR now at 24%, according to LendingTree, a $1,000 splurge could cost you $1,300 if you only make minimum payments. Credit card companies make billions betting you won't do the math. Do the math. Every swipe is a choice between making them richer or making yourself richer. Choose wisely. You're not lazy. You're not bad with money. You're exhausted. Because the system profits off your burnout and your comparison habits. Between student loans, rent spikes, and wage stagnation, you're running a marathon in sand. But here's the plot twist. You don't have to run their race at all. Financial freedom is not about looking rich. It's about buying back your time. When you own assets that make money while you sleep, the game changes. The wealthiest 10% own nearly 89% of all stocks, according to Federal Reserve data. That's the real wealth gap. Not cars, not clothes, but ownership. The secret is stupid simple. Own more, owe less. Save aggressively, invest automatically, earn creatively, budget ruthlessly. When your money works harder than you do, you've won. Most of the people you think are winning, they're not. But you can. Forget the highlight reel. Build the real thing, brick by brick, habit by habit, dollar by dollar. If this opened your eyes, you need to catch my next video. 10 things the rich teach their kids. Learn them now, so you don't spend the next decade playing catch-up.